Guten Tag, dearest friends, male, female and transgender. Frolf is back. This time with the coverage of the final round of the City Nord Open in beautiful Hamburg. With me for the second time, Mr. Dave Lizotte.
Hi.
And my second guest, a former multiple German champion and also the director of the disc golf feature documentary The Invisible String. Hello, Jan Bäss.
Hi John, good to hear you.
Our first player in this final group is Tobias Schulz from Peine, very close to our headquarters. This is local Böhm, a very funny guy who has never won a tournament. Also, he's one of the best in Hamburg. That guy will be the co-commentator Jan Bäss, the multiple German champion. I'm very excited to hear from you, Jan. This is another local, well, he's actually from Bremen, but he's forced to live in Hamburg. And he's been also filmed from Frolf before. And the fifth player in the final round is Maik Christlieb, a very young gun, also a local and member of the HSV Disc Golf Club. So let's start with hole one.
Yeah, all right. We're at hole one here, and we got a slightly left to right, throwing from a dike. You're up on a little hill, throwing down to the right, 99 meters. And that's about 340 feet, I'd say.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's kind of odd that you have to throw over the other basket, but let's listen to what Marcus says. Oh, he didn't say anything.
Maybe we missed it already. So Toby's left-handed, so there's a little bit of an advantage here. It's a left-handed hyzer, 100 meters.
We had really good conditions on these final holes. No rain, little warm.
Teeing off second from Hamburg, Böhm with a score of 108.
So yeah, we got Ben coming up. He's tied with you right now.
That's right.
-8.
One behind Tobias.
Yeah, so it's pretty tight actually, isn't it? With Malte at -7.
Teeing off third from Drehmoment Bremen with 108, Jan Bäss.
I like it when it's that tight. Like, it's a good battle. Should be lots of ups and downs. And I'm not sure if Tobias was ranked first on the last round before. So,
what do you mean by ranked?
Well, being on the pole position. And you know what? I thought this was so much longer.
Yeah, you weren't really trying for a roller, right?
No.
Malte Cohrs with a score of 109.
Yeah, well, you can say that, right? Because it sort of almost looked like almost. Which would be a play here for a right-handed player, but it's hard to get down because the tree's on the left.
I love the any curve.
Always nice. Any curve is always nice. So who is this? Is this Mike? No, this is Malte, right?
This is Malte, and I think for locals, well, the performance is not really that what I expect in a last round. We ran off slowly. This is a nice camera angle.
Yeah, we got Alex Liersch, who's the catch camera fellow and director of this video, also direct technician of the video as well. So that's nice.
Well, he's the better half of Frolf, to be exact.
Yes, indeed. And the worst half would be Dr. Delay on the other camera.
I want to mention that I hit the pin on this, and I give an insight on my mental game. Like when I hit the line, I'm quite happy with that. And when I hit the height, I'm also quite happy if I don't hit the line. And the
Quiet,
best, of
he's
course.
putting. Shh.
Yeah, but he doesn't hear me. Come on,
Okay,
Dave.
yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And it was close, but it was
Hit
close.
some branches, eh? It looked as if he hit a couple of branches on the
Hit
way.
the bucket, dude.
Yeah.
Or maybe he was distracted by all the chatting.
Could be. You never know. You
So
never
now
know.
we got a bunch of drop-ins out of turn. But that's just 2 meters away, so no one's so concerned about what the order is. And then we're off to hole 2.
That's good. We decided, I'm talking about this hole. Hole number 2 is actually a little far, but except for Malte Cohrs, who always parked it but never made the putt. It's really strange. Yeah, everybody lays up, and then you try to make the putt, find out where you are. Problem is the OB on the left. We see it here, the third tree from the left, from the right. I'm sorry, with the sign on it that is marking the OB and
The Mando?
the Mando.
Okay.
And well, behind it is
Okay.
the OB. It's
Yeah.
a triangle OB, but it shouldn't come into play if you don't hit a tree.
The interesting thing I found about this hole is that on the map, it basically looks straight, right? But when you're there, it's completely a right to left kind of a hole. I found when I was there. And a million trees are in the way.
Yeah, I found that too. I heard some people play the huge hyzer on the very right, but I don't see the benefit of that.
So yeah, so far one way left, and you came up a little short. So a low ceiling, right? I mean, this.
It's a low ceiling, long shot, and yeah, I was just trying to get through and maybe get a chance for a long putt. Don't put too much power in your drive if you want the control. That's my rule.
Oh, this hole is actually one of the non-permanent holes, but it's always been played at tournaments. It's called the kindergarten hole because that building in the back is actually kindergarten. So this couldn't be played during the week.
So Ben played from the drop zone. He hit the OB.
And for you English-speaking people, kindergarten is the German word for kindergarten, by the way.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Excellent. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's one of those things.
Isn't it kindergarten?
I think it's kindergarten.
I think the T is silent.
I think it's a D in English.
Or we could continue commenting what we see.
What we see here, actually, for those people, the trees are not always covered. This is a special thing that tournament directors have to keep in mind in these territory and City Nord Open. You have to protect the tree. If you don't protect the trees, there's no playing.
Yeah, these are special trees, and they don't have much bark, and the city gardeners are concerned that... oh, there's a nice putt from Ben. Oh, but it's a bogey. Oh, that's right, because he was OB, correct?
That is
He
correct.
threw out too far. So, a little bit of confusion as to who's up.
Who's
Oh,
up? It's the guy
you.
behind the tree.
Yeah, and this would be for par. The Jan waving to the crowd.
I don't hear them cheer. I thought
Well,
there would
they
be a
were-
reaction, but
They were hiding behind the trees and just not being really quiet. It's strange.
elves.
So,
Sometimes you don't
bunch
see
of
them.
drop-ins for pars. So far,
Nothing happened.
nothing has really happened with the scores, except for Ben has lost one stroke. So now we're on to the next hole. We got to cross the street. All the players have to cross the street. Not too much traffic. Luckily, this is quite a long hole. It's a par 4, and there's 2 mando trees that you have to pass. One on the right and then one on the left. The first one's at about 100 meters. And and this has proven to be the most difficult hole on the course.
Oh, interesting.
I was also there, and as expected... Oh no, now I'm telling what's going to happen. But I think most players would understand that there's no point in risking going up too far. You can see the OB line on the side there, on the right-hand side, left for the players. And people are just going to throw like 80, 90 meters, get it out there, and then have a run at the basket.
Actually, on this hole, I was kind of nervous because I found out that one of my main drivers was not in my bag. So I left it on the day before on hole number 10. And this took me off. Like it really, it broke my confidence a little. And I throw a gator.
Mm-hmm. You threw a gator? Oh, that's me. Did you see me? I was sitting there. Ben, I don't know. I think he was trying for something a little bit too much and threw it too far to the right, which means he's going to have to waste a throw just to get back into the opening of to get around the Mando. Yeah, and you've piped one down, right down the middle.
Yeah, I'm okay with
yeah,
that. But
that's still circle
2.
2. That's still, you're looking at a 20-meter putt or something. I was a little surprised at his forehand here because it actually would set up so perfectly just for a backhand throw. And I don't know what... I see he's also wondering about it.
Actually, for me, it was confusing that the OB lines were not on the line of trees, but just a little inside the fairway. I didn't look that up on the first hole, on the first round, and thought I was safe, but I wasn't.
And I believe Toby, with an incredibly long throw, actually missed the Mando from 20 feet away. He was very... look, you can see him. He's just going, what? So there's Ben on his second throw, and he hits the Mando tree. He was...
There was something going on this hole, like so many mistakes.
So people are struggling with this hole, and as we said, it is the hardest hole in the tournament, proved to be the hardest hole. A lot of bogeys were played here. Even though on paper it's a pretty simple hole. Lay up, throw it there, putt it in. I mean, it should be...
Did you say butt it in?
No, I said putt it in. It's my Canadian accent. That was just an approach, a little short.
I'm sure there could be a rim shot coming up.
And here's Jan. Here's for a nice 15, 20 meter putt. Again, on
good line.
line.
Good line.
Yeah,
but
good line. That's half the
energy
how
missing,
do they call
I
it?
guess.
Half the breakfast.
Yeah, what breakfast?
I remember that putt from Malte. He was just so disgusted with himself. I think he's going to walk home. Actually.
I think he's thinking about breakfast.
But we told him to stay and finish the tournament because, you know. Oh, there's a big putt for a bogey save from Ben. That's no matter what the result is, a big putt will always cheer you up, get you going for the next next hole. Unfortunate double bogey.
Nice graphic. Oh, that's
For
a
Maik.
double bogey. Ah, no, I get it.
Yeah, there's also a double
bogey
bogey for Malte.
By 2. Okay, I get it.
All right, we're on to hole 4. Take it away, Jan.
Yeah.
Take it away. Well,
That's the
finish your
par.
putt first,
Thanks.
and then go for it.
Hole 4, that's the regular hole 1 for the city course, which is not the tournament course. It's basically an open field and you fade right. And there's a little mando tree on the right, which really doesn't come into play. Seriously, if you go there, why?
That's correct.
Well, it keeps you from throwing a hyzer because there's a path which is commonly used throughout the day.
So it's basically the mando is just to force you to play the hole as a left to right hole. Oh, you hit a tree.
I had a shitty throw, sorry for
what?
saying
Hello?
that, but it was even unlucky. So I wanted to go way further to the left and just let it fade.
Again, a very fortunate hole for a left-handed player.
That's right.
And also to be mentioned here, there are huge amounts of distractions for the players. It's a bus station, and there's a pedestrian tunnel where everyone's walking through. There's train tracks on the
Lots of
left.
things happening.
And you know what else?
Elephants.
I didn't see them,
Oh,
but a plane
they're
did fly
there.
over at the same time. So there were buses and trains and planes.
Did you say butts again?
I'm gonna have to one of these days say butts so that you can be happy about that.
I'm not happy about butts.
But guys, I know you're from Bremen, but this is a city course. So in Hamburg, we have to live with all those people just passing by. And we're very happy to have that course right in the center of Hamburg.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah, just the fact that there's a course there is obviously something special for Germany and in the middle of the city. He's got a very interesting forehand throw. It has he lets it go really low, and then it comes up high, which basically means he's got a nose-up throw, which kills his distance. But that's the way it is. He's set up for an approach here. Still a lot of trees between him and the basket.
It's just out of circle 1, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I had 2 times hit the pole.
Oh, online again, but it's getting higher every time, right?
Yeah, at least that. But it's 3 strokes that could have been on my card.
Yeah, but they weren't easy putts. And here's Ben with a straddle putt. Ooh, oh, that's some change.
So were you nervous putting, Jan? Because you're in the lead right now.
I'm tied. We can say that. And I was not nervous, no.
Were you aware at all of the scores?
I think
while you
I
played?
was tired. I felt tired, but I felt confident that normally if I play to my potential, that I could actually take my chance and win this tournament, of course. So
Tobias
every
had
putt
a
that's not
good
in,
putt.
it's like, yeah, the confidence is kind of leaving you with these missed putts.
So finish up this hole, and also another reason for the Mando is because the next hole actually goes back on the other side of the path, so they want to keep those separated as well.
Okay. Hole 5.
So, it's my
you,
turn.
Dave.
It's my turn.
Bring it.
Yes. Hole 5, par 3, 64 meters. And this fellow on the right still can't get the flag on top. Is he
No.
ever going to, find a ladder or something? Oh, well, we'll just let him be for a while. We're ready to go. This is a simple little hyzer. a sunbather had to be cleared off this hole.
That is so tight. He was so lucky to get by all these
Yeah,
trees.
I thought that was when I was viewing it, I was standing behind the basket, and I thought, oh, he missed his line, but he got in anyways. So
My aim was not to go tight and took the wide route.
yeah, which is perfect. That's the perfect line, and you're within 5-6 meters,
Yeah, it wasn't that far.
4 meters.
But nobody reacted. I was kind of like, see that? How I rub my palms?
You were clapping for yourself.
No, I was like, why is nobody clapping? I'm sort of having a putt.
Yeah.
I could sometimes make a
Well, there's
putt.
some clapping, and Ben took the high route, and Malte takes the even higher route. Yeah, and that's basically the way to play the hole. Just put it up high.
And just if you think about it, this hole is not sponsored by Vattenfall. They just happen to be there. And this is why Maik is in this group. Like, he takes a perfect 270 around the basket.
So I think we're looking at pretty much a birdie frame if you make your putt here. And
If.
everyone's way closer than you, and you're like at 4 or 5 meters.
Take a deep breath. It's in.
Stretch. There we go.
Damn.
There's the one birdie. I try to count the steps always when I watch disc golf videos and see how far they were. That you were about 5 meters away.
Come on, it was a little further.
That 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry.
But you know, as
So
a young
just 2 more.
father, it's not easy to keep up my putting practice, and
Yes.
I don't
Congratulations
practice at
on
all.
being on successfully becoming a father. Approximately 3-4 months ago. Way to go.
Yeah, that I'm standing there and not falling asleep right away. I
Yeah.
think it's an achievement.
And this was also, I believe, a 2-day tournament.
2 days, and
days of
we had a
salt playing.
night event at the hotel, Holiday Inn.
And here's the
We're shaking.
traditional shaking of the chains.
Hole 6. Oh, good. Actually, an easy hole. You just get it out on the fairway, put it next to the basket, and get it in. It's really an easy 4 if you make the 2 Mandos. Like, you have to get through that alley. Just place it out on the field. It's not a big problem.
Am I allowed to be critical about hole design, or is that unasked for?
Oh, you can, please.
Yeah. Well, when I was there, look at the way this hole is set up. Okay, so you have this tunnel of trees, right, going all the way down to the basket.
Sorry for interrupting you, but this is another very good point of Tobias having all the luck on this first holes. Like, and
Oh, you missed the Mando.
and me missing the Mano, it's like, damn it.
It's like a little bit, as they say in Germany, peinlich, which means a little
is.
bit embarrassing because, I mean, it's just...
And now look at that.
Ben,
He would have
Ben
missed
with
2.
the nightly delivery. He missed the Mando as
And
well.
and I know Malte, like it's a final and there's cameras rolling. He is totally nervous and brings it out on the fairway.
Which is all you have to do here.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
Can I continue about my critique of the hole?
Oh yeah, the critique.
Yeah, thank you. There's so many holes here that are tight and low ceilinged and really require quite a precise throw that I thought it would be nice to have the tee in the middle of that fairway so that it would finally give the players a chance just to throw straight. But they've put the tee off way to the left, which, yes, it makes the hole way more difficult because then you have this strange angle that you have to deal with. But I thought it would just be nice for the players just to be able to finally crank a shot out. And that was my critique to that hole.
Well, I'm pretty sure the TD is listening too and will work on you.
That is a good
Critique.
shot. Did he hit the basket? Oh, nice. Oh yeah, that was. I remember.
Well, I have
Huge.
to remind you guys that this is also a very unique course. It is really squeezed in between those buildings, and you have mentioned those trees from Southern Europe, which are very, very sensitive. So there is just a limited number of possibilities how you can actually.
Oh, I have a
design
bad
the
feeling.
course. Okay, let's watch Jan.
I have a bad feeling. Don't watch. I was complaining about my OB shot with myself.
Still.
Still, yeah. And
How many years have you been playing disc golf?
Oh, that's my...
30, 40.
All right, back to the game. Back to the game.
Back
the
to
game.
good
Here's
news.
Ben with
Here's
his famous
Ben.
straddle putt, and that's in for a birdie.
Ben does have a very unique putting style, but I would consider him as the best putter in Hamburg.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's a lot of blue going on in this. I think we're wearing all blue shirts in some way. Hole 7. Dave, it's you.
Oh, it is
Say
me.
something.
Oh, sorry. Okay, now we have a through the tunnel again. 114 meters, very difficult, very tight. Again, low ceiling. On the right is OB, but there's some bushes protecting the OB, and they're not so bad unless you go completely through. And yeah, let's get going.
Yeah, it's really strange. I think statistics say hole number 4 is the toughest, or 5 was it? The OB. See again, see that? He just continues to have all the luck.
He's taking a commanding lead right now. He's up by 3 strokes. And Ben, which almost had a perfect throw, but it fades off to the right a little bit, and he's going to be caught up in the bushes there. And this is how you play the hole. There you go.
Yeah, that
Still
was
a little
really
short,
good shot.
but still, that's the idea of the hole. And again, I'm confused with the forehand, but no, it was too low. Otherwise, I think it would have been a nice shot. And we missed your shot, yeah. And you've shanked it to the right.
I shanked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, it's pretty far, right? I mean, it's still 114 meters, so you still got to crank it out there, right?
Yeah, and you don't want to go left too early, or neither you want to go right. I've seen people taking a hyzer route on this one, just to place yourself in the middle of the fairway and then take the next one towards the basket. And yeah.
It is the second most difficult hole on the course.
That makes sense. Because to me, this was the hardest, I think. You have to have the straight line.
And that's the tree you have to get around, right? That was the end of the Mando, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That was a very nice approach. Jan, at this point of the game, you were 3 throws behind. Did you know?
No, but I knew that the last hole were 2 unnecessary strokes on this, so now it was just like playing to get back into the game. And I knew that the next hole, I made some practice on the next 2 holes the night before, where I also left my my driver.
Unfortunate spit out.
And this was, yeah, we were making all mistakes all the time. It's so strange. But that explains how come that we have still just 11 under. And
while they tap out, I'd like to go back a couple of seconds to you saying you practiced.
yeah, I practiced the next 2 holes, like 8 and 9.
When?
After the second round on the day before.
Oh, I understand. I thought you meant between holes you went out and practiced. I was going to call you on that.
Oh, good. Thanks. No, when would we? There was
Well, it's
no.
a little late, but you know what I mean.
There was neither a time hole nor a warm hole to get somewhere to practice. Jesus, what are you reading?
You can call me Dave.
I can call you Dave. Okay, this is hole number 8. This hole has been aced by Michael Faber.
Indeed.
And I took him with me to practice the hole the night before, and we were both very happy. And I don't spill anything if I say anything now. So I don't say anything. And not saying anything meaning, let's watch what. Oh no, I'm talking complete rubbish.
Yeah, you're talking about
I'm
the
talking
wrong
about
hole,
the
yeah.
wrong hole. Perfect.
I can't believe it.
The ace was thrown on hole number 9. Well, yeah, the next hole. And if you mention Michael Faber, maybe you want to mention that he's the husband of Germany's best female disc golfer.
This shot was just close to ridiculous. Seriously.
Who threw that?
Mike.
Okay, yes, that was a really nice throw. And this is the basket that you throw over on the first hole.
Yes.
It is actually a beautiful hole. Again,
I shanked
the tightness of the course dictates that a certain mandos have to be held. Otherwise, people would just be bombing it right out there. But that's the fairway of hole 1. So, so basically, what you're looking for is a low.
Correct. I have to correct you.
A low
I think
hyzer.
the shot that you have to do is exactly Ben's line, just a little higher.
Okay.
And then you can sail at least to circle 2 or even to circle 1.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the curve. Like really up there between those 2 trees, they provide the big gap, and that on the very top ceiling.
And I think if I were left-handed, I'd be jolly well considering a roller.
The thing is, there's really high grass. I tried rollers there, and it
Magnetic
was so
grass,
sticky.
huh?
It was so sticky.
Yeah.
So that's why Mike's roller, the sidearm roller, was so ridiculous, because the only way, see that in front of my feet, that's where the grass is short. But if you go, you can't really see it on the camera. But
No, but
if you come a little further towards the camera on this, it's just like it stops.
Yeah.
But that was a good app shot. I had a really bad
Well, let me
drive.
step in. The grass is kind of short, but especially on this hole, the ground is very, very uneven. And there's also like a water hole, usually. That's right where Ben is standing right now. But since this was another very dry summer for Hamburg, it has been dried out. So I wouldn't consider a roller on this hole just because of the uneven ground.
Yeah, I could agree with that. There's many reasons.
A great basket position. That's always very risky to have discs landing on a slant like that.
Yeah, and we see
to
Tobias,
have them roll away
he
and
can't-
into the OB, which hasn't
Tobias-
happened yet.
Tobias could not be happy with his upshot.
Oh,
And then when you run up
just
the
as
dike,
I said it, just as I said it, right?
when you run up the dike and you see your disc is still rolling, you know,
But at least it didn't roll out of bounds, which it could have. So
think positive, you
so
say?
Tobias is going for 4, and just didn't get it up again. Seems to be a problem sometimes with disc golfers that they just can't get it up. I didn't say it. That's not what I meant.
Of course not.
That's not what I meant. Come on. So there's a par for Jan. And it looks as if Ben is going to put in his par.
That's a double bogey for Tobias.
Yeah,
And he
unfortunate.
puts the suspense button on.
Yeah, wow, it happens that fast. That's always one of my favorite things about disc golf is how quickly things can change. So now we're on hole number 9, and this is the hole that was aced by Michael Faber. And
Yeah, I took some practice rounds with Michael, and I was very happy. And I remember actually that the last time I played this course, I played the hyzer route. On the first day, I played the sidearm. First round was good, second round wasn't.
yeah, and as you can see by the sign, don't hit the eye.
Don't hit the eye.
I really like this hole. It's a very, very original looking hole.
That's parked.
Very difficult. And you'd think most players, from the look of it, would go this route. But it's really hard to get up the hill. It's extremely steep, and there's a very low ceiling. So most of the players right-handed players anyways are going to go for the big hyzer.
Yep, I like it.
Great landing. So it is a blind shot. You cannot see the basket from.
Now you have to feel it. When you're really gonna get it up high, you have to feel it. That's one of these holes.
So Ben's a little low. Came down low.
He didn't really feel it.
And really, I found Tobias had almost the nicest looking throw, but unfortunately it was off aim a little bit, hit the bushes. But had he just missed those bushes, that would have been sitting under the basket. So here's Ben. Big uphill putt, maybe 8 meters. Oh, and he nails it.
And he makes it. And this is a moment of change where I think Tobias lost it and Ben felt very confident, like, oh, Tobias is making a lot of mistakes. We're all even now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Do you think Ben was paying attention to the scores?
I'm not sure.
Was anybody paying attention to the scores?
But this putt was really good. So this gives you a boost.
Yeah,
you know that. How many years have you been playing? And this is why Maik is still on the card. Like he needs, sometimes to take some bad luck on you. That the other players can play better.
Well, I did see the guys looking at their cell phones because it was scored at the Discord metrics. So I'm sure they were familiar with the situation, how close it actually was.
Okay. And nice birdie, couple birdies, couple pars. I hope. For Tobias. Oh no! Oh.
See how Malte is feeling with him? Have you seen the reaction? You should actually see that. Like we were all like, oh, come on.
Okay, we'll rewind it, yeah. Oh, that's really upsetting that Tobias was ahead by so far. He was ahead by 3 strokes 2 holes ago.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It might have been 3 holes ago. And now he's down by 2? Wow.
Yeah. Putting is easy.
Yes, a very tight race. This was the front 9 of the City Note Open. I hope you enjoyed our coverage. And if so, please join us for the back 9.